And John, let's start with the locker room afterwards, man. It's just a fun scene to watch. I love that the Commanders put it out. And when the coach tells you you have off till Wednesday, you guys still, get thrilled like your kids, right?
Yeah, man, you're excited. Like I said, one thing I've learned in this league is you got to enjoy the wins, every single one of them. So it was definitely cool to just let loose with the guys in the locker room after a hard-fought game like that. So it's been a lot. Been a lot to us.
And we're talking about a win, bro. We're talking about a win. Anytime, even though it's a bad team, anytime you go on the road and get a dub and stay in the mix mathematically for the playoffs.
John's never going to admit it's like a bad team, though.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's a win's a win. And I'm guessing you guys aren't talking playoffs and math and all that like we are, but it's still a win.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, one thing we can't do is we can't start focusing on the playoffs, man. There's so much football left to be played between now and then. And we just got to take it one step at a time, and there's still a lot of things we got to clean up. We still got to eliminate the stupid mistakes, turnovers, the big plays defensively. But, hey, we take a step in the right direction. So anytime you can get a win, it's always a positive.
Oh, yeah, totally. And I had John last week, and I was like, I probably pissed John off. And I said, the way you guys have been playing this year, I expect, like, kind of a dud. You play good and then play bad the next week. So it was nice, you get the win the week before to put together some good performances. How do you feel like you held up defensively?
I feel like we played a really good game besides one play. Mm-hmm. I think you take away that big 70-yard run, we're talking about a different defensive performance. I mean, they scored a touchdown off the turnover. You would like to limit that to 3, and we gave up a 68-yard run. Besides that, we pretty much achieved everything we wanted to do. So, again, the good defense is you can't give those big plays. You got to, instead of letting that be 68 yards, you got to make it 30 yards or 20 yards or find a way to get them down so you have a chance to get them off the field or at least make them kick a field goal. But all in all, I think we played really well defensively and offensively.
Did you feel like the offense for the Patriots, particularly the offensive line, approached you guys differently, and maybe you in particular without Montez Sweat and Chase Young there on the ends?
It's hard to say. Most teams this year, they usually run a lot of quick game on us. And when they do take their shots, they max pro. I feel like that's what New England did this game. Casey, Casey, James, F.A., these guys played really good. So it's hard to say because every week in the NFL is going to be different. So it's hard to say what they would have done differently if Sweat and Chase were here. But
you didn't feel more double teams on yourself personally or anything?
Again, it's hard to say. There really is. One thing I try really hard not to do is to count how many times I'm getting double teamed. Because all that is just building in an excuse for me. So instead of worrying about that, I just worry about how I got to fight through it and how I got to affect the game and how I got to get pressure despite how many double teams I'm facing.
Right. You were very, very frustrated a couple of weeks ago, right? And your quotes kind of went viral, sick of this ass, it's been 7 years, et cetera. And then this week, just a couple of weeks later, you've been somewhat consistent, I'd say, on Sam. You've been saying that you think he's our guy, and you reiterated that yesterday. Kind of go into that a little bit.
Yeah, no, I truly believe it. Definitely we were all frustrated after that Giants game, rightfully so, because that's a game that if we're going to get to where we want to get to, you got to get that win. But at the end of the day, it's the NFL. I mean, that not only competes the best, but plays the best on any given Sunday, is going to win the game. So, I mean, that's where that came from. And as far as what I said about Sam, like, I only just call it how I see it. Like, I genuinely believe we have a franchise quarterback. And I think week in and week out, you see him grow and you see him mature. And obviously, you like to see a couple of plays not be made. One in the end zone, he'll say at first it wasn't the best play. But just for him to be able to come back and how he plays in the second half, I mean, I think I've seen enough.
Right. What is it that you like the most about him? Is it the maturity, kind of the way he handles the ups and downs, or is it the arm talent? What is it that you like the most?
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, he can make every throw on the field. He has a maturity to work on the area that he's not the best at and grow as a player. And over time, he's only going to get better. So, I mean, he does a lot of great things. And, as you guys know, as a Washington fan, we've been searching for our quarterback for the future for however many years and however many seasons. We've been through so many quarterbacks. And he's durable and he can run. And he just fits D.C. in my opinion.
What's he like? Because he seems so chill. Does he hang with the guy? Is he like one of the boys, or is he kind of like, Is he kind of just like a quiet guy, like does his own thing?
Nah. He's definitely one of the bros for sure.
He is.
Yeah.
Can you give an example?
He's a bro.
Who does he
Who
hang
are
out
his
with?
bros?
Yeah, just, free time. Might see him playing cards with Joey and some of the offensive linemen and just hanging out. And, he's just one of us.
He is.
Gotcha.
All right.
Talking to Jonathan Allen, get the win 20-17. Yesterday, you've got Seattle next, and we'll get to that. You mentioned the big play, and that has been kind of a bugaboo all season long. A lot of times it's been the secondary giving up big plays. Can you identify why the defense has given up so many of these big chunk plays?
Yeah, man. In the NFL, the difference between a big play and a 2-yard gain is so small. So it's like on the run. We didn't fit right. We didn't fit right between the linebacker and the D-line, and that's how that big run got out. One little adjustment here or there, one reaction faster here and there, that's a completely different play. But, that's NFL. You don't have the ability to have mental lapses like that. And when you do, most teams are going to take advantage of it. So we just have to make sure we're locked in to the little things. And, obviously you don't want to be talking about it now, but we're still improving and getting better at it. But, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, and I guess on that particular play, I want to say that the announcers on TV, whether they were right or wrong, pointed to like Jamin Davis not going to the right spot on a cross dog. So who knows?
It was Vilma doing that.
I thought Vilma's pretty good. I actually liked him.
So you get off till Wednesday. You're a guy who generally you go in and do your squats like it's leg day for you today, right?
You already did them.
You already did
They're
them.
already in the bank?
Yeah.
Did you go? Did you go to the facility or you did it at home?
No, I did it. I'm actually at the facility right now. I probably finished about an hour ago.
Oh, wow.
And so what are you going to do for your 2 days off? Or 3? Well, 2 days off.
Absolutely nothing. It's going to be the same thing. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to work out tomorrow. I think the D-line's going to meet and watch film. So, we're not really getting a day off. But it is what it is.
How's it different then? I'm trying to figure out how is the Victory Tuesday, which Ron, had the locker room jumping up and down going, woo, how's that different than last week, let's say?
You don't have to come in if you don't want to. That's the difference on Tuesday. If I didn't want to come in, I could stay at home all day.
Mm-hmm.
But it's probably not going to help me get ready for Seattle, so I'll be up there.
That's what leaders do. You're a leader, John.
So you can identify who the slackers are.
You kind of out
one
yourself.
thing I learned, man, everybody's different. You look at Trent Williams. He says he doesn't get massages. He just doesn't like them. And I thought that's bizarre because I've gotten 2 massages a week for the last 6 years. So everybody has different little things that they do to get ready.
Is that out of pocket or is that the team pay for the massages?
Oh, no, that's out of pocket.
Oh.
You don't like that plan, Jake?
No. I applaud him
protecting
because I
his
know.
body.
No, I know that guys spend a lot of money, keeping their body in tip-top shape. But I would.
It's his instrument.
I would go to the team and say, these massages make me perform better on the field. Maybe you guys could pick up the bill.
And they'll say, well, that's why we're giving you $100 million. You can handle
Okay, I would
can
say,
afford it.
I would have an argument with that.
That's what tax write-offs are for.
Right.
Oh, that's a good point.
Related.
Oh, by the way, speaking of tax write-offs, I saw somewhere on Twitter, I saw a screenshot. I think it was Eric Armstead's, one of his game checks.
Yeah.
And the fact that the tax man, I think took more than
49%.
50% right off the top. That's got to get you so bitter when you look at your game check.
Yeah, you just try not to focus on that part. You try to focus on what you have coming in. But
Right.
yeah, I think in Virginia, I'm paying like 47%, 48%, something like that. So definitely, Uncle Sam's getting his cut.
I'll tell you, Uncle Sam's getting Montez Sweat's cut.
I know, right?
Hey, I got to ask you about, and I was just so very bitter when I saw this because the NFL officiating has been, a big question mark for the last few years, and it's getting worse. They're just protecting these quarterbacks more and more and more every single year. But KJ Henry's sack and forced fumble, I'm glad you guys didn't lose by 3 because that would have been the huge story this week, especially with the fans.
Yeah.
But that was the worst call. I know you can't really say much about it because you don't want to get fined. That was the worst call maybe that I've ever seen watching a
What
football
do what do they tell you about these body weight sacks?
Yeah, well, first of all, I really don't care about getting fined. They can fine me, whatever.
All right.
It's a bad call. The only thing I'll say is he's human and it happens fast. And I get it. I mean, if we're looking at it from a competitive standpoint, and the way the NFL looks at it as a business standpoint, and you're going to protect your moneymakers, and that's the quarterback. So I understand why they do it. But at the end of the day, there's no way to make a dangerous game safe. Like, football is inherently dangerous.
It's a physical game.
No way to,
yeah,
there's no way you can make UFC safe. There's no way you can make boxing safe. It's a dangerous, violent sport. It is what it is. Obviously, you can protect them can't hit them below the knees, but there got to come a point in time where, like, anybody who's played sports understands how hard it is to make a split-second decision, let alone a rookie, first game starting, opportunity to get his first sack. They've been quick gaming all game, so you know they're getting the ball out quick. So you are running full speed. You're running so fast you're tripping over yourself. You're excited. You can't breathe. You're about to get a sack. I want people to understand that. Like, last year, I think I had 900 reps. And out of those 900 reps, I had 7.5 sacks, and that was a great year. Mm-hmm. So think about how many plays you play and how low of a chance it is to get a sack.
Mm-hmm. Especially a forced fumble. That would have been a forced fumble. That could have been a big difference maker. Yeah.
And then you got guys like Josh Allen. You can't hit them below the knees. Yeah. Oh, but they're also 6'5", 245, running a 4.7. You can't hit them above the shoulders. Can't hit them in the head. Oh, and you got offensive linemen pushing you and dragging you. And when you do get them down, you can't roll. You can't land on them, even though they're bigger than some of the defensive ends. You can't sling. You know what I mean? It's just like, all right, now what are we doing? It's cool. Like Mac Jones, okay, Eli Manning, Tom Brady. I'm out there trying to play against Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields. You think I have the opportunity to think about how I'm going to get them down? Mm-hmm. So, it is what it is. The game's not built for defensive line, and defense is built for quarterbacks, and I get it. So it is what it is, I guess.
Can you talk?
I feel bad for KJ.
Yeah, me too. Can you talk about Emmanuel Forbes? It was a great game for him. It seemed like, on the outside looking in, like great confidence builder. I guess the word was he had tweeted something or put something on his Instagram that he was going to have a big week, that his confidence was back or whatever. What did you see from him?
I mean, I think he played with confidence. I just been just trying to remind him that every NFL player, you can put a highlight tape of them just getting, like, cooked. Like, I don't care who it is. Hall of Famers from the top to the bottom. It's the NFL. You're going to get beat, and you're probably going to get beat bad eventually if you play in the NFL long enough. Mm-hmm. So the great ones just got to be able to understand that, bounce back, and learn from it and grow from it. He was knocked down, but you can't stay there. And, he's a fighter. And so I'm really happy for him. I wish he would have caught that pick. He has to put some money in the fine jar for that.
Well, he actually got interfered with. When you watch the replay,
the receiver was pulling his arm down.
They definitely interfered with him.
Oh, for sure. But
yeah.
How easy would it be? Yeah. How easy would it be for you to beat up Emmanuel Forbes?
Come on, it's not a fair fight.
I'm just having a fun question.
That's his teammate.
John just said, "Why would you even ask that question?"
I mean, that guy that's 160 pounds.
I'm going to beat you up for that dumb question.
Yeah. Go punch JP.
Yeah, come on in.
I'm just saying that was the rap on Emmanuel Forbes, how small and skinny he is.
Yeah, but you know what? I'll say this: he's tough. They say what they want. He gets in there, scraps, and tries to bring guys down, and he's usually fairly successful at it, I think.
Hey, John, how many times have you played in Seattle?
I have never played there.
Really? You've never played there?
My rookie year, we went there, but I was on IR that year. So, yeah, it's going to be my first time.
First time. All right. Any thoughts? They got pummeled yesterday, but, they 37-3. I guess that might not be a good thing for you guys.
Yeah, don't you think that's kind of a negative?
They're going to be pissed off.
Well, good for them. I'm always pissed off, too, so we can all be pissed off together. Works out for everybody. Mm-hmm. It's the NFL, man. Like, at the end of the day, they're fighting for a playoff spot. We're fighting for a playoff spot. We're all, like, our jobs are on the line each and every year. So it's going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it.
All right.
Will you guys go out there on Saturday, or will you go out on Friday?
I think we're getting out there on Friday.
Really? Okay.
I think. I have to double check. I'm not sure, though.
There's not it's not an altitude issue in Seattle. Right?
Ask Brad.
No.
I don't know.
No, it's sea level. It's on the sea.
I don't know anything about it.
Seattle. Sea till.
All right.
It's not in the mountains. All right. So what else you got going on today, J.A.?
Absolutely nothing. Worked out, going over the game film with, Coach Scanina and Kerrigan, and I don't know. Probably go play some games when I get back.
Go chill.
Oh, he's a big gamer, remember?
What's the game du jour? What are you into right now?
Call of Duty comes out in, I think, 2 days. So
Kyler Murray's going to be on it.
Oh, the new one?
Good thing you're not playing the
He's going to be back on IR.
Do you got a bunch of guys in the league that you play with, or you just play with your boys like growing up, or are you just kind of random and anonymous?
Me, Juice, AG. Honestly, it's funny because growing up, like, if you play games, you're kind of a nerd.
Right.
Now, if you don't play games, you're the weird one who doesn't play games. So everybody plays games now.
Hey, does Antonio Gibson, does he really hate Gibby? Does he hate
why is he so bitter?
Gibby?
Why does he not like that?
He does, and I only call him that when we're playing cornhole to really piss him off.
Why does he hate
Get
it?
under his skin. I like
Why
it.
does he hate it?
I don't know. He hates Gibby.
It probably goes back to a grade school thing. We all have nicknames we were called in grade school that we hate.
Right. Does Hal play video games?
I don't know. That's a great question. I don't think he has time.
Yeah, he needs to be in the playbook.
Yeah, let him study the Seahawks.
Hey, by the way, Sam definitely drives a pickup, doesn't he? He's got to. Country boy. Is he a pickup guy?
I don't know. If I had to guess, he either has a pickup or he has like a luxury sports car. One of the two. There's no in between.
Oh, you've never seen his car?
What's his deal? He doesn't eat what? Or
All he eats is like chicken tenders. He has the palate of a 3-year-old. But he's got a rocket arm. I know that.
He does.
Like, you can eat whatever you want.
That's all that matters. All right. Hey, thank you, John. Appreciate it.
Hey, God bless you guys.
Good luck this weekend.